Looking back over my years of doing YouTube streaming, um, the videos that I've done, would I, is there anything that I'd change? And I think the answer is, well, yes. I mean, people have tried to be nice. They've tried to help me, and and sorry, Smith just made me jump there. And yeah, I've maybe I could have, looking back at my behavior, I mean, maybe I could have, I know that I could have done things differently. I know now that I could have been a better person. And I know that I could have been nicer and more, I could have just been better towards people. I really could have been. I mean, looking back at my videos, I realize that now. And if I'd only known back then, many years ago, what I know now, it's entirely possible that things that I did and said, it is possible that, well, none of that would have happened really. And I, I'm really, I'm sorry, I do feel bad about it, because it is horrible, to act and behave and say unpleasant things and then, just to lie about it when asked about it and say it's not you. Well, no, that wasn't right. That wasn't right at all. And I know that now. And I only wish to God that I'd known that back then. But I think, it stems from the problem that what with me having Asperger's syndrome, and part of that, the main cause of Asperger's syndrome is, challenging behavioral problems. I think it's hard for me sometimes to deal with certain patterns of my behavior. And I don't always realize fully at times how I act, how I behave, and how I make people feel. And I can't say that it doesn't upset me because, well, it does. It does upset me. And looking back, yeah, I realised that I, I could have done things differently. I could have said things differently, and I could have treated people better. I realize that now, and but I didn't fully realize that nor appreciate that. Looking back over the years, back then, I didn't realize or appreciate that fully. And to those people who are watching, I do feel really bad for things that I said and did, and then to lie about those things. Well, that was just incredibly wrong of me, and I realise that now. Um, I mean, you know, I do struggle at times. I really do. I mean, part of Asperger's syndrome, which I have, is, my challenging behavioural problems, which is a part of my syndrome. I know that I can't keep using that as an excuse, and I know that I think I get into certain habits, really, and maybe I need to start thinking about working on ways to be better, working on ways that I could, change those patterns of behavior, and also to work on ways to be nicer to people, and to work on ways to not take things that people say too personally, and to try to think about being a lot more better in future videos in the future that I make, because I realize now that things need to change, and I think that's my problem, is that I don't always I don't always realize nor appreciate things like that, and it isn't always easy for me. It isn't, but I think that moving forward, I will work on. Well, I'm going to really try to work on myself. I'm going to try and, well, be an all around better and more honest person, and not react in unpleasant ways to, things that are said about me. So I hope when you watch this video that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe, and try not to be too judgmental of me, because sometimes it's really difficult for me to understand it, to understand and appreciate the way I behave and things that I say. So I'm going to leave the video at that now, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.